Welcome all to our DevOps learning series. So today we are going to see about day 2 part 2 series of connecting your server from your local machine. So in the part 1 session we have connected to the Linux server using our virtual box, and we practiced or we execute basic connections, right? Basic commands basically. So now the core part of it's come into picture, right? In real time, as I mentioned earlier, you don't have access to your server directly, so you will be doing all the activities only from your SSH clients, which is nothing but your PuTTY or mobile XTEM. So how do we configure that, right? So before that, let me go back to our virtual machine. So here is our virtual machine, right? So clear. So what is a prerequisite? For example, if I want to connect to any machine, we need to get his name mapped to his IP address, right? So basically IP address is like more important. So if you look at this system, right, usually it's by default it's configured as localhost, means that Oracle at localhost. Let me ping localhost. See, if you look at localhost is getting pinged at its IP address, which is nothing but a loopback IP address, means that it's connecting to the local server itself. So we don't, with the loopback IP address we cannot connect from the external world. So in order to get this system and proper IP address to connect, we need to do few configuration settings inside your VirtualBox configuration. Okay, so in order to do that, you need to power off this machine to do those configuration changes. Yes, to start with, I am going to do power off of the machine. How do we power off this machine? Go to your VirtualBox manager. It shows us running. Right click. You can stop the machine. Either you can save your state or you don't want to save your state based on your thought process. You can issue. And for this case, I am going to power off it directly without saving any state because I don't want anything which has been worked on there. So I am going to power off. Yes. Okay. Now my machine has been powered off, and you see like in the taskbar, the VM which I am working has been closed. So what are the settings which I need to do? So if you right click here, you will go to the settings. So in the settings, you will have something called network, because what are the things which are going to work? It's related to the network, right? So now assume like this, right? You have a two machines or two computers which is reading. One is like your Windows computer and another one is Linux computer, staying far away, or it can be in the same room or different, right? If two computers needs to be connected, it should be either connected to a wired network or it should be connected to your wireless network. But in our case, it's a kind of a virtual environment, assuming that okay, we have two servers but it's all connected through a virtual network, right? So here if you come here, you have something like NAT, okay, which needs to be changed to bridged adapter. Okay, we will see what is bridged adapter everything in our cloud course when we work on EC2. For now, you just understand the configurations, because anyhow you are not going to work on this kind of virtual environment in your corporate world, right? So I don't want to waste my time here explaining all those concepts, right? So I will explain this bridged adapter, exactly what it does and how it works and everything in our cloud basic tutorials. Then when you come to advanced, everything has been denied here, so you have to allow all. Okay, so by that way it will like assume that okay, it will allow all the connections from external world to this server. Okay, and also like based on our internal connectivity, it's just cable connected and everything has been picked up automatically as per our initial configuration is done. Okay, so click OK. Let the system save the setting. Now start the server. So starting the server may take a couple of minutes. So I am going to pause the recording and I will come back once the server is started. Okay, our server got started back. Let me open our terminal. Okay, clear. So here is our terminal, right? So one more thing, if you want to make your server to accept the SSH connectivity, you need to install few servers or few softwares in the machine, right? So in general, in Windows, if you want to install any software packages, how do we do about it, right? We go download, it will be a form of exe file and we will install, right? So in Linux, it has, it's called M package manager. So all the softwares will be installed using M. It again varies from server to server, right? So few people use DNF, which is a Fedora based package manager and apt for Ubuntu. So we are going to use yum. Okay, so if you want to install any software in Windows, there will be an pop-up which says that says right. So you have to be an administrator to install the software, or it won't allow you to do. The same way in Linux, we have a feature. Okay, if you see right now we logged in as Oracle. Either I can go as root. So root is nothing but an admin user. Either I can go as root to install the softwares, or I will get the I will take the role of root to install the software. For example, when you install the software from your ID, it will ask the administrator username and password. Where you can, if you know the username and password, if you type in, it allows you to install with your user ID. Hope you might have came across all these situations, right? The similar way in Oracle, in Linux also we do the same. So I'm not going to be as an administrated user. I'm going to be an Oracle user, but still I am going to elevate my role, or I will install the packages as root privileged user. So how do I do it? I will go as sudo. Okay, sudo yum install OpenSSH OpenSSH-server. So basically we are installing two softwares here. OpenSSH is a separate software, OpenSSH server is a separate software which needs to be installed in order to get your SSH connectivity established. Okay, so see, now it's asking what is the root password, what is the password of Oracle which has been granted with the root privileges. So I am going to type password as Oracle because it's a default one. Okay, once you type in the password, it will validate your authentication and whether you are allowed to maybe change your role, right? Whether you can able to change as a root and install, it will validate everything and do the installation. Okay, it says okay, these are the softwares which will get installed. Is that okay to download? Okay, in order to do that, your computer should be internet enabled. If you have a local internet already connected, it will work as seamlessly because we have not changed anything related to the internet. Okay, so now my softwares are getting downloaded. Yep. So how do I validate if my software is working fine? So if I type SSH, yep. So previously I could not able to show that, I missed to show that. If before you install the software, if you type SSH, it will be throwing an error SSH not found. So after installing, it will give you the okay, you use it the right way to connect it, right? So that's it all about. Okay, so we are done almost. Now if you check ifconfig, okay, it will give you the IP address. Earlier we were getting like 127 the loopback IP address, right? Now you get this IP address. Maybe you can validate that. How do I validate that? Ping localhost. Okay, still it's showing the loopback address. Maybe I will ping this because now my IP is changed. Paste. Okay, this is also pinging, right? Because after you install SSH, you will get a specific IP address assigned to it. It again depends on, there are two configurations we did, right? We did our network level configuration and SSH. SSH is just for connectivity. Those network level configurations has provided you a different IP address. So with this IP address, I can connect from my local SSH client with virtual machine which we install. Okay, so hereafter I am not going to open our Linux server. I just start it here and that's it. I will just connect everything from my mobile system going forward. All these sessions I will connect only from mobile system. Okay, so let me open up a new session. Okay, if you have not installed mobile system, so go to the Google mobile system download. Okay, you will get out the link. It will be pretty simple. You are going to download the free edition. Just download now. That's it. And install steps are pretty simple. Just next. You have to give next and install. Nothing much. Okay. Let me go to mobile system. New session. So you need to remote host. What is our remote host? Is the IP address what we got. So if you want to specify the username here, yes, you can specify. The username which I am going to connect to is Oracle. Okay, I have used it. So give OK. Okay, now you see it's connecting. So it's connecting and asking for a password for you to connect with, right? So I know the password of Oracle, which is nothing but Oracle, ORACLE. Okay, it's asking you, do I need to save your password? Okay, if you give that, Mobile XM will not ask password for this machine going forward. Okay, it's asked my master password to remember, so I don't want to do this option. Let it connect because I have not saved the password. Okay, now if you see PWD, I am in my home directory as we seen in our Windows Linux box, right? So if you do ls-l, ls-ltr, whatever we did it in the server. So this is how we need to change few settings in our virtual box to ensure that you get connected from local server to the remote server. So now I am connecting it from my Windows laptop. The only thing is that you need to keep your server up and running always. Okay, I'm not going to use any of this going in forward in our future session. So I will be connecting through only Mobile XTM, and also ensure you need to stop your server, sorry, start your server. If not, this connectivity will not work because your server will be down, so it will deny the connectivity. Okay, hope this is clear. And Mobile XTM provides you multiple features, right? When you work on multiple server or multiple instance, you can execute your commands parallelly in all the servers, and you can upload or download the file. For example, okay, in from this server I need to download the set size, right? Okay, pwd. So I am in home Oracle, right? So if I want to download that set size file to my local, I can do that easily. Okay, it come up with everything. See, for example, I will see the set size file here, say maybe set size log, right? So if I click on this, it will help you. So that's why where should I save? I will save it in my downloads, or no, maybe to 2020. Okay, so Windows D, go to 2020. You will see set size here, right? So it provides multiple features to work on with the Linux servers. So that's why I always prefer Mova XTEM for our activity. So hope this session was useful. Please share your feedback and comments in our comment section, and also try to share if you like this video. Thank you.